Thank you all so much for your patience in waiting, those of you in the live chat. We are the Wormhole Extremists. My name is David Reed. I'm with Yvie Cahill.
Good morning.
Good morning. And good evening, Nicole Rodriguez-Galdo.
Hello.
Who'd you just meet?
I just met David Hewlett again.
Yes, we did get to speak with David for a few minutes, and it was... I'm speechless. It was awesome.
As soon as he got on with her, she started waving her eyes.
She was fangirling pretty hard. She's got a bit of a healthy sheen going on. But he asked about it.
Absolutely.
I don't want him to ask about my gay porn. I mean,
it's fine.
Romance.
It's just a book. So, all right.
No, it is romance. Yeah, I'm fine. It's just a lot.
Yeah, David is just one of my favorite humans. Period. You know, he's just such a great guy. He's
person.
So giving, and has such so much to share. And yeah, he's just a cool cat. So, past and present, and Jolinar's memories in this episode.
Yeah. Indeed. I actually wanted to show you guys something that I just recently purchased. It's kind of Stargate related, but on like the outskirts of being Stargate related. Guys, I just got these shoes.
There's no place like home, Yvie.
There's no place like home. Oh my goodness.
They're like in a comfortable, like kind of cotton type shoe. So I'm pretty excited. It's like ruby slippers, but for someone with back problems. I should.
Yes.
You should. I'll try and match your energy as best I can.
That's funny.
That's oh my goodness.
I have to click my heels, but you know, be careful because I don't want
you don't want to go home
to fall.
I was gonna say you don't want to go home when you're at a convention, so like don't start clicking.
All right.
Gene Diada said, "Wow, Nicole, he's not even a fish person." I did comment to David Hewlett
fish person adjacent
because he was in Shape of Water by Guillermo del Toro, and that has fishmen.
It does. I know.
Fish person adjacent.
So past and present. I just forgot to send you guys the artwork, so I'm getting that over to you now. I apologize to everyone who's listening in because they're going to hear these sounds. All right. So Yvie and Nicole. So I love these two episodes.
Me too.
I loved Linnea as a villain, and this show it was an unexpected arrival of a villain that, you know, we hoped would be back at some point because they left such a nice plot thread for the future.
Oh yeah.
So let me go ahead and get that. You guys check your email for me?
Yeah, it's right
there.
Thank you.
I've got it right open.
You ready to look at the first image? Let's see what Adam has in store for us for. Go ahead. Past and present.
Loading. Oh.
Right.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Oh my God. Adam, all that Adam said to me was that you'd said that the first image was going to freak us out a little bit. But he didn't tell me the context.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. I agree that.
I think this adds a layer of terror to the episode that we can only imagine. We can't really see. And
we never see how awful the history
it was.
is.
And now we see it. So, especially considering that most of those that were killed were kids. So
destroy
worlds. That's true. Wow. Geez. And like her expression as well.
I know. Yeah. So callous.
It makes it even more more upsetting.
Yep. Absolutely. Whew. Well done, Adam.
Jeez.
Now,
that's shocking.
If you think that is cool, check out how the technology has evolved in the AI software with Jolinar's memories.
Oh, I'm trying to open it. It won't open.
It's slow.
Oh. I tried to open it, said there was a problem.
Oh no!
I'll try it again.
Yeah, it said couldn't preview this image. I'm just downloading.
Yeah, I'm having that as well. I'm trying to download it as well.
Okay, hang on just a second, guys. Let me.
Oh, suspense! I'm almost done.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost done downloading it as well. Beep beep.
Everyone else is enjoying it.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got it.
Oh my God, that's incredible!
Isn't it cool?
That is hell.
Holy moly.
That is hell. That is Natu and his interpretation of a cargo ship.
Wow.
Isn't it insane? The resolution.
It's like a cargo ship and Elcash had a baby.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's like an Elcash.
Yeah.
Well, the planet though, like the surface of the planet and like the different textures and that's quite a visual.
Yeah. Mind blown.
Jeez.
Adam, I think you really outdid yourself for this week, buddy, on both of these.
I like those ones a lot.
That was worth the 5 minutes it took to download it.
It's funny.
Dan Ben said both episodes are not ones I would say I like. Ooh.
Well, let's see if we can change that perspective. So if he's
maybe
here, hopefully he'll be watching.
Bubbly personalities will change that.
You guys ready to put on past and present and see the return of Linnea?
I am ready to rumble.
Okay.
I'm almost ready.
Okay.
Almost ready to rumble.
Oh, for a second there, I couldn't find where I put the episode. Oh my God, I almost had a heart attack.
For the whole time we've been doing this, by the way, I haven't been downloading the episodes in advance, like a whole season. I've been doing 2 episodes, just downloading them just before we get on. So last week I was like, I'm going to download the next 5 seasons and save myself the trouble in the future.
Absolutely.
So.
I just do them a few days in advance.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
we
good
only
to go.
get in 1 year we've done 3 seasons, so don't go too far. So save yourself some hard drive space. You guys ready to go?
Indeedy do.
Yep.
Thank you all for patiently waiting. I apologize for the delay, but let's go ahead and watch Past and Present in 5, 4, 3. We are the Wormhole Extremists, and you are watching Past and Present with David Reed, Yvie Cahill,
Hello,
and Nicole Rodriguez-Galdo.
Hello.
And we are visiting what looks like a World War II
warehouse.
bunker.
Yeah, it does. It's a very old warehouse.
I love episodes where they appear in weird places.
Yes, there is kind of a groove coming up. So Carter's obviously removing the cloth from that DHD.
Oh,
and
no.
You can see the center globe. But at about 1 minute and 47 seconds, the red globe is mysteriously covered again, even though she doesn't touch it.
Oh, okay. So the tarp shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's pretty minor.
There you go.
Doesn't affect the story in any way.
We heard a noise.
Why did they duck down, though? Why didn't they just be like, hey?
Yeah, that is kind of curious.
This relationship is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I love them. They're like an old married couple that don't realize they're an old married couple.
And that's it exactly. That's the impulse is they're trying to establish that these people are, much older than they appear to be.
Yeah.
The door was open.
What frustrates me is he has that that kind of gross old impulse of wanting to be with a young hot lady and not his wife. So it's like, right way,
oh
please.
yeah, that's a bit seedy.
The crystal's covered. You're right.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe you spotted that.
I had some help.
Okay, fine. I can't believe y'all spotted that.
Yeah.
It means strength.
Good for you.
Yeah. My name means you, which is a type of tree. So definitely prefer strength over that.
My name means beloved. Nicole, what does your name mean?
That's nice.
I don't know, because I read in one book a long time ago it meant like somebody who is ironically like a champion or leader or something.
People of victory.
There we go, yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
I knew it was something like that, but I didn't want to say it in case I was wrong. I just sounded really arrogant. So luckily,
they have lost their memories.
Yes. So I really love Jason Gray Stanford, who plays Orna. He's like in one of my all-time favorite series, Monk, and he's in 124 episodes as Randy Disher. Yeah.
Whoa.
So I actually saw Monk before I saw this episode.
Oh,
so
really? Okay.
yeah, so I always associate him with that. But I think that's one of the reasons why I really love this episode.
Okay.
But we also have, I guess, the first appearance of Megan Lech as Kira, or also Linnea Spoil.
Isn't she also in Atlantis?
She is.
Exactly. I was going to say she's in the Return Part 1 as Captain. Is it Helia?
Helia of the Tria, the worship Tria. Yep.
And we've got Maria Delva as Maris, or Lael. And she's best known for playing Candy Egley in Sons of Anarchy. She was in 20 episodes.
Okay.
Which is really cool.
I thought I recognized her from somewhere else because I was like, I've seen her here, but she's somewhere else.
That is legit. The Malp is worthless. I'll trust.
My ship of heart.
The third credit for Tor Alexander Valenza for this season.
Absolutely. We had Tor on. I'm trying to remember him bringing up this episode. I'm not entirely sure if we talked about it.
Yeah.
We may not have gotten to it, so. This is one of those simpler stories, but it's just I think it's one of the better twists of the show.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Where, the villain, the evildoer, wasn't as smart as she thought she was. And things just got out of her control.
Outsmarted by herself.
Yep.
Yeah. So this episode is sort of a sequel to Prisoners, but they don't do the previously on Stargate SG-1 bit.
Correct.
To keep Kira's identity a secret.
Yep.
And this episode is the first set apparently the first set in an alien industrial setting.
Yeah.
And the first to show an alien modern society.
Absolutely.
Because we've seen a lot of older societies, but not more modern before.
Like 19th century, early 20th century. And Zeppelins. Airships.
Yes.
At least I think that's airship. I think I'm thinking of the right
Sky
episode.
needs to calm down.
Yes, there is a
not your wife.
Dirigible at some point.
I love this episode because it kind of takes me back to the early days, because as time goes on, there's less planetary exploration, which I kind of do prefer in a way, because not every episode is really good. But this is one of those really good ones where the writing absolutely comes through and does a great job.
So just notice in the background that there are smokestacks, and I'll bring this up again in a few minutes.
Okay.
He looks cozy. Also,
I was reading on the reviews on IMDb, and someone said that Megan's wig is hideous. Is she even wearing a wig? Because her hair is kind of similar in Atlantis.
No, I genuinely think that's her hair. I think her hair is just,
I think she has curly hair.
Yep.
In real life, but I just thought that was a weird thing to say about the episode.
But
I guess things like that can sometimes be distracting, but I think that might be her real hair.
So that person was a jerk.
What
you're saying.
Yeah. Well,
a bit rude.
They did give the episode a good rating, but the first thing they mentioned was a wig.
Interesting. No, I think that's her real hair.
Yeah. Also, she mentioned when she was dealing with I guess you could call her a patient, that food allergies, people with food allergies can't remember them.
Yeah.
I think this is another good case for medical alert bracelets in case of a vortex.
Yeah.
Oh, you helped others. Of course. You helped them shove off their mortal coil.
Yes. Just gave them a little light push.
Yeah.
What is so funny is she's just this sweet seaman old lady last time, and Daniel and Linnea didn't really have much interaction in the last episode with her, but in this episode it's those two immediately gravitate towards each other.
Yep.
And it's so wonderfully creepy and so well done. It's I love it.
And also Daniel has just lost Share, so
exactly
man needs a rebound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have things to say on that later.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
We have several societies that we come across that are at this level of development throughout the franchise. The Langarans, the Colonans, for one.
Correct.
The Hothans in Atlantis.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about this level of tech because we can put our stuff in there, but it's antique stuff. So they don't have to look too far for set decoration.
So she's literally just said that they're falling apart and their industry has come to a standstill. So why was there smoke spewing from the smokestacks? I'm just curious.
Yeah, because they weren't like just home fireplaces from houses. They were big ones.
They were big ones. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And Kira also said when winter comes, it will be disastrous. Like, have they not experienced a winter yet? Because at the beginning of the episode,
said it happens very quickly.
Honor and Mayra said that the Vorlex came and went a year ago, maybe more.
So they've already
do you
experienced
think maybe, like, the
one.
cycles differently? Like,
it's possible.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Let's go with that. On this planet.
It could be.
We'll go with that.
Dr. Zervis. Uh-oh.
Wow, she's like literally talking about herself.
Yep. I forget how
no
quickly
point did I see this coming.
That it's Linnea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so impossible.
Well, there's like little signposts throughout the episode.
I was just blind to them.
Actually confirmed until about like 3/4 of the way through.
Such good writing.
I have some issues with the conclusion, but otherwise, yeah, it is a good episode. I really like the difference in like, I mean, it just means she's a good actress, but like she's so soft spoken and calm, and then when she has that breakdown,
correct.
Oh my god, terrifying.
Oh my god.
Well, that's like the thing, because she's so disarming. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Deep within this charming person are wells of evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hi, what's your name?
What's your name? So we're about to see the triple-decker dirigible.
There we go.
Whoa.
So they don't remember their own names, but they remember how to operate a triple-decker dirigible.
That is something I did notice. I was like, how are your like blimps and stuff still flying around, you know?
Yeah, well, maybe they're just willing and dirigible. Oh, see, that joke just went down like a Led Zeppelin.
Oh my god,
Yvie. Come on.
Oh,
you
my
fell
god,
into my trap.
It's Yvie.
So,
that was so
there's
good.
a Star Trek Next Generation episode called Conundrum where they all lose their memories, but they retain all of their trained abilities. And I'm trying to remember if that's the case with this episode, or if people don't remember how to do things, or if they do and it gives them an idea of what they were, because she certainly is trying to help people.
Yeah, and she does remember some of the sciences that she learnt as Linnea, because she was mixing up that potion or like grinding up those salts before. So, like if she didn't retain some of her knowledge as Linnea, how would she know to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that photo that Kira recognized before, do you think that was Honor, like as an old man? I was trying to like figure out whether it was supposed to be him or not, because there was some facial similarities.
Okay. I'm sure there's just a lot of photos of older people too in this archive.
Yeah.
So I love that he's smiling,
flirting. You
absolutely
is so awkward. Like literally, he's making light of a pandemic.
It's the fact that the rest of SG-1 is like, oh dear, and then it's just like, okay, just ignore it.
Just the timing is just awful.
Mm-hmm. She tried.
Yeah.
She was working on a Fountain of Youth, wasn't she?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other ways to destroy worlds. Mustache twisting. Yep.
So do you think she was working on the Fountain of Youth to sort of like disguise herself a little bit better?
I was thinking she was just trying to extend her own lifespan.
I was going to say, yeah, I'd say that.
With this version, it made herself younger physically in order to do that. So, and I think if memory serves me correctly, the experiment just blew up in her face.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it did.
I love that with this, you know, like when it's giving you the clues, it hasn't given us the idea of everyone has just gotten younger all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like one of the reasons why we're so thrown off of her
that bit they keep to like they don't reveal until a lot later, which is just like just peak pacing. Like it's good.
Brilliant.
It's good. Why do you think she picked this world? Or do you think maybe she traveled to this world from another world and a world
It's entirely possible.
Yeah. I feel like she might have hopped between until she found one that was like advanced in a way where it was like acceptable levels.
Just thinking that. Yeah, like stuff that she could work with.
Yeah.
Because if it was too primitive, I'd peace out.
Nope.
I mean, she was working with just like natural stuff when she was in prison.
That was out of desperation though, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So this would be like an entirely different world for her.
And she just randomly found this on a high shelf.
She knew it was there.
Yeah.
Like deep down. Which is, again, probably why I'm going to agree with Yvie on the ending.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course you would. Suspicious.
It begs the question, how much of our nature is retained after everything else on the surface that is us is wiped clean?
That's
how long does it take for you to return to what you were? And if that's the case, would Linnea eventually become would Kira eventually become Linnea again?
That's what I sadly, as much as I want that to not be the case, I agree. You know? Yeah.
I think Megan could come back and play Linnea. I really think that she could.
I think she could
Stargate.
too. Well, even Kira or Linnea towards the end basically just says that in time she will win, as in Linnea will win. So I think, you know, she's buried close enough to the surface that that part of her personality could be like, you know, could easily come out again. Do you know what I mean?
But it's been a year.
It's like just keep having to repress it.
Right.
You know?
But if she wasn't aware of her nature, I mean, how long would it have been? She's only aware of who this person was because SG-1 told her. And there is something in there because like the whole all debts have not now been paid kind of thing. There is something that remains. So
yeah. I think, like, as well, like, you know, Stargate's done it a few times because they did it to the Wraith as well, where they tried to turn them human. And, like, with Michael, he really quickly, like, started figuring out something was wrong, but that's because, like, no one was treating him in a good, convincing way, but it eventually broke through. And it breaks my heart when that happens because I have the utmost faith and, like, I want them to win. I want them to eventually live a nice, peaceful life and not be villains.
Correct.
Because everyone deserves a second chance.
Reaction, like, her reaction is totally different. Like, it's like she's done this before, and a part of her knows that she's done this before, and she's
I think she's just trusting. She's trusting everyone else as well. She's so
the reaction of the other two who haven't been through the gate before is more genuine.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's also like their personalities are a bit more like they have a much more nervous disposition, while Kira is way more willing to step out of her comfort zone.
Linnea was an explorer.
Yeah,
she's worldly.
She is otherworldly.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherworldly.
She's well traveled.
Yeah. And then some.
Linnea could be lurking. The Vorlix. That would be awesome if
Not
we could
for
apply it to
you.
people with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Neutralize the plaque on the brain.
Is that what it is? I've like never actually looked into Alzheimer's before.
Yep.
They're not going to know what that means.
It's nice the way that science fiction like is able to kind of look at ideas and like ways that things affect us negatively and then like try to do something else with it creative. And I feel like a lot of the things that you see on TV kind of inspire people to go into certain fields to try and like find a way to counter stuff. And I think that's really lovely. So
You did, just in another life.
So lovely. She's so lovely.
Well, that's
I'm
the
so
thing.
sad.
She's just so darn disarming, you know? And it's like, oh, crap. We've got a monster on our hands. A wolf in sheep's clothing.
Exactly.
And they'll magically fit you.
He's so awkward. This entire interaction is so awkward, but in a way, it kind of reminds me of Jack when he gets nervous and starts like just blabbering. It's great. Very similar.
Look, he's been out of the game for a long time.
I feel like SG-1, whenever someone starts flirting with one of them, they all just kind of panic, except Teal'c, who takes it really smoothly. But like everyone else is like, oh my god, what do I do with this situation?
Do you think also maybe it's the location? Like Daniel's having like Hathor flashbacks because like
oh my god,
like, intimate
Yvie.
Encounter with Hathor like happened in the quarters.
Yeah, it's possible.
I don't think it was this room. I think it was a slightly bigger room.
No, but still, like it's still like the quarters.
Yeah, you got to stop sleeping with aliens, Daniel. Although one time it wasn't your choice. Big no.
Yeah,
not okay.
Like he's not really fighting the attraction, is he? It's
I have needs, Daniel.
Yeah, what? Why should he? You know, like my man needs to get some. You know,
do you think it's his way of coping with Share's death, or is he like in complete denial? Or did he like write off? Do you think he'd written off like any chance of a happy reunion with her like a long time ago? So he's already sort of moved past it.
I can imagine that it's been a few weeks and that he's already had that forever in a day situation where he had a lot of time to move on in that period. Oh my god, they're kissing in that period as well. Sorry, just kind of threw me off. And yeah, I feel like, you know, some people respond differently to loss, and you know, there's nothing more comforting than another person's arms, you know.
Jed Ted, isn't there a movie where zombies came from the cure for Alzheimer's? I Am Legend came from a cure for cancer. The zombies came from a cure for cancer. Yeah.
He doesn't really have any proper like romantic
the swell in the music
interactions until way later.
Yes.
How many years between his romantic interactions? Like proper ones. Like you see Sarah in the next season,
Sarah
but
Gardner.
it's not really much.
Yeah.
They don't really romantically link. They're just really good friends and, you know, exes.
Vala.
Yeah, and then there's Vala.
Oh, he slightly flirts with Catherine's niece. Or
yeah, that's fair.
He does. He does. At the funeral, which is just awful.
Daniel, pick your moments better, my dude. Oh, God. Honestly, Daniel's a bit of a flirty mess. I think I'm actually a bit of a Daniel.
A flirty mess.
So yeah. I was misremembering. They didn't have kids. So
no, I was going to say, weren't they going
they had
sterile?
No children because of the Dargol, which affected the population's fertility rate. And then sort of fast forward 20 years and Linnea calls us the Vorlex. But I guess the question that I have related to that is, do you think the inhabitants will now be able to have children?
That's one of the big questions.
Yeah.
I mean, if not, they're just going to extinct as a species.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Or they need to assimilate into another society somewhere out there in the galaxy.
Yeah, just abandon their society and merge with another.
Jack is just clueless.
They are the elders, Jack.
So we're halfway through the episode. You know what? Everyone in the audience, right? How long did it take for you guys to clock that it was Linnea first time watching it? Because it took me till about like,
yeah, I think I realized it when she said all debts have now been paid. I think that's when it hit for me.
Way later,
because I kept on waiting for I kept on waiting for Bonnie Bartlett to show up. You know,
yeah,
because I was looking forward to seeing her.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, it's unfortunate that
it took me to
they couldn't and didn't use her again, but it's a good twist.
Yeah,
twist.
I thought that this was a red herring right here.
It worked well because of the fact that you don't see her name in the opening credits after like the opening credits end, and you see that because it is a massive spoiler. Like I know someone's coming back when I see their name pop up on the bottom, and I'm like, no, you know.
Yes,
well, put it at the end.
About this in the next episode, but they didn't do that with Peter Williams in the next episode.
If this episode was made like 10 years later, and they had the budget to bring Bonnie in, they probably would have brought her in for a cameo to interact with Kara inside her head. You know, that would have been really cool. That's just me fanboying.
That would have been interesting, yeah.
Or at least a voiceover.
Yeah, or what, like maybe even like a flashback type thing. So we got to see like a little bit of what she was doing after she escaped.
Oh, here we go.
Yep. This is different, Daniel.
He's really fighting hard for Kira.
Look, I'm a bit of a Daniel, you know, like I can be devil's advocate, but in this situation, I'm like I'm team SG-1 on this one, not team Daniel.
He's trying very hard to see the good in someone who's literally slaughtered probably like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Teal'c's also hurt people too, and
I mean,
he's not wrong.
Probably. I mean, not to that scale,
right?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's it.
And still a war criminal.
And also, Teal'c's the one who turned around
willingly.
And she chose.
Yep.
Like she chose to kill a whole bunch of people, in the name of science. Whereas Teal'c didn't really have a choice.
Oh, you guys aren't making out anymore. Man's not that into you.
Hey,
yeah, he's just completely turned that switch off.
How you doing, you bloodthirsty killer?
Everyone else in the chat said around halfway, or like the exact moment that it was told. Lewis Cox said he was a kid when he saw it, so it took until like, you know, way late for him to figure it out. So I love that.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I was still thinking that it was going to be something was gonna twist, and Bonnie Bartlett
like it was gonna be the wife, the other lady,
right? Exactly. Yeah. But then when she says all debts have now been paid, it's like, well,
it's like, oh, that's it.
That's it. And then what's his face takes the drug and wakes up and he remembers one, but he doesn't remember the other. It's like that cinches it.
Mm.
I feel like what's really tragic is this kind of pushes her more to like become angry and like have the real Linnea come out. Because like he's just been rejected by the one guy she feels like she's getting to know and like fall for.
Yep.
And the complete rejection. Like Daniel could have handled this just a little bit better, in my opinion.
I agree. He could have played along a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because now she's got all sorts of like internal alarms going off.
Yeah. It's great.
Gonna have to bring in the Destroyer of Worlds.
We need her.
Yeah.
Just keep her under control.
The panic.
She's been working with that chemical.
Yep.
RDA is really good at like physical like humor.
He's
like
just
doing small movements. Yeah, I know. I've watched all the behind the scenes DVD video content about him being a mime.
Yep, really worked in his favor.
Yeah, it really
he's got a good physicality.
Yeah.
Amnesia check. Yep.
It bothers me, like, how long is she gonna not want to take this antidote?
Yeah.
A precaution or two is fair. Let's do that. Lockwatcher. Mayborn would have wanted to get a hold of her as well.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
Can you imagine those two working together at this stage in the show?
Oh, I'm trying to imagine it.
Yeah. God.
I would have liked to have seen that, actually.
Yeah. What a team up.
There should have been more Mayborn stuff earlier on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I'm glad that we have what we have, but still.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
And it's good to be king.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They were so nice and happy with her, and now they're just like staring daggers. It's awful.
That's the thing. You could be watching her all you want with all the guns surrounding her, and all she has to do is just push one button or one little syringe a centimeter too far, and boom.
Well,
but she's also there as well, so.
I mean, they're watching her pretty carefully, but she still steals that slide, and then she steals like 2 vials of solution.
Yeah, but she's only going to kill herself with it, so.
And I love how fast this works. It doesn't take like.
Yeah, it's so quick.
Let's go. And,
I thought we were going to wait a while.
Right.
Oh well, we've only got like 15 minutes left, so gotta wrap this up.
There we go.
So we get like an upshot up his.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like poor guy. Yeah, cut somewhere else. Is Teal'c's hand on his wife's shoulder? Being like a supportive boo.
I didn't notice.
Yeah,
yes.
look.
Yes.
Oh, what a cutie.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Oh, I didn't notice that at all.
Teal'c showing a bit of, look, he's still there. He's showing a bit of kindness. And
just offering some like solid support.
It's also kind of like he's holding her back a bit in order to like not rush out there, but it's like it's not like a death grip. Like she was also holding onto his hand, like someone's showing me a bit of, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, giving her strength. Yep. I've never noticed that.
No, I didn't notice that either. That's really sweet.
See, it's the little things that SG-1 does that, this is why this show is so good. Teal'c is a man of few words, and so I think Christopher Judge showing a bit of like Teal'c in his physical actions is very telling of how well he knows the character.
Oh boy.
I love his wife.
They pull off the old couple really well.
They really do.
They do.
Okay, you got to tell her what's going on. She's probably beginning to figure it out herself.
Yeah. Well, she's figured it out by this point, hasn't she? Like, she comes to the conclusion here.
No, give us some room. Back off.
And we appreciate that,
yeah,
Teal'c. We love you.
He can just be there silently with his hand on your shoulder.
You know what's funny? I think about I'm thinking back again to Daniel and Linnea kissing, and it's like I think what irks me is that like she was an older woman and then like she's now young. I think that's what irks me most. It's not that she's the destroyer of worlds; it's the sudden change. But he wouldn't have made out with her if she was older, and now she's like younger and really
she's more his age.
Yeah, but she's actually not, so it's kind of icky.
Well, I mean, that's
so internally she's elderly,
right? Yeah, absolutely, but physically, so in there's a Next Generation episode where some of the characters revert to children, and Miles is sitting there with his wife, who is now in the body of a 10-year-old. Yeah, she's not actually 10, but she looks 10, so nothing ain't gonna happen. That's just how it is. So
no, wow, that's a pretty
What an
heavy
episode.
subject matter. Yeah.
Dude, you're stroking Linnea's face right now.
But she doesn't. He doesn't kiss her again.
No, obviously he's not gonna
go in for the kiss, but
no, she's going for it. It's not gonna happen.
You don't know what you can do,
he just goes in for the cuddle.
I will never harm anyone. Yeah, that's right. We'll give you the drug. You'll play dumb, and you'll go on destroying worlds.
No, not happening. Don't kiss. Yeah, excellent. Good. Just so you know. To be honest, right, I have a really weird attraction to Linnea because she's just so intelligent and like, you know, a bit of a snack in both forms. I talk about age difference being gross, but I'm like, Bonnie Bartlett's a bit of a snack, to be honest.
The fact of the matter is, she's formidable, you know, and there's a grace there in the way that, you know, a beautiful animal is formidable, you know.
I'm you know, I'm not like bi or anything, but like, damn, you know, like I'm.
It wouldn't be so bad.
Look, if Linnea wants to wife me up and like I accompany her on her destruction of the universe, I might just consider it. Especially if she can keep me young forever and we can travel the universe together.
Like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
How many civilizations did they destroy?
Jeez. Well, Nick and Morty.
Yeah.
There we go. They should probably try it on, oh, there it is. They should probably try it on What's-Her-Face next, because how would they not know that this, in conjunction with the previous treatment, was what
you're totally right.
What did it?
Yeah, you're right.
But they used him again, so it's like, well, okay.
I didn't think of it that way.
Kira, you hang tight. She's not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for using your research, and now go away.
Yeah.
I wish they'd kind of just told her immediately who she was and just see what the outcome is.
Yeah, but they're afraid that
I know.
They're afraid.
This is my biggest problem, is that people's fear of things often causes bad things to happen. It's it's like in school when your teacher thinks that you're garbage, so you know your teacher thinks you're garbage, so you're never going to try and make something of yourself and improve yourself because people have already made an assumption of you. You know,
they just go ahead and well, if they feel that way about me, then I might as well feel that way about myself.
Exactly, and I just feel like they haven't helped.
And that's not just in school; that happens in general.
Yeah.
So, if the solution needs to be injected into the carotid artery, how did Kira use the slide, do you think?
I think she took a needle, didn't she? Or like some sort of something.
I'm not sure.
No, she just took the slide.
It's just a shot of Teal'c turning his head.
Are we sure they just did it off camera where we just didn't see the needle? And we just saw the slides?
Maybe, but she was just holding that. Like, that was all she'd acquired.
I'm not sure how that worked. Jed Ted, David Hewlett is patient zero for the Smart Ape virus in the Planet of the Apes film, which is true. No doll. Okay.
Oh my god, her face, it's so great. She looks so sad. She's like, oh wait, there's hope. And who pray tell us that? Woo!
Aw, 43 years.
Aww. Yeah!
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I don't think
so she was still
scientist.
undercover.
I'm assuming that he was just some guy, like, floating around.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't know.
So they couldn't have been the people she was experimenting on. Could she have been? Or did those people die?
Those people died.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a couple of elderly
pair that died.
And that's why they assumed it was Linnea, because it was an elderly woman and an elderly man, but it wasn't. It was, but it wasn't her.
Yeah, her guinea pigs.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So does he think that her like skills as a leader outweigh her crimes?
Well, here's the thing. We got 17 seasons of Stargate, right?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh my God.
Do you think that was accidental, or was she
No.
like subconsciously
There's
hoping
something
Daniel
in
would
there.
save her from
Yeah.
herself?
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and she's about to off herself. So in this whole period that the show happens, we never return to Vias and Linnea. So
Nope.
I think we can assume that Linnea actually ended up staying a good.
I think so
girl.
too. I think that, yeah.
Or they drugged her a bit in order to keep her, forgetting.
Yeah.
Ah, she's got it.
No, she's already taken it.
Oh, she did?
Yeah,
We
that
said
was
she's
that
taken
slide.
it. But... Yeah.
This is to.
But she's
kill
got the
herself.
needles in her hand and stuff, hasn't she?
She's trying to make a poisonous gas.
Yeah.
So she was about to kill herself.
Yeah. She's about to
Okay.
just take herself out. She was like, "I'm not going to kill everyone."
Because she's remembering who she was.
So she
But I think
now
some
recalls
of-
everything, or she now recalls some?
I think she remembers
everything pretty much.
everything, but I think because she was kind of a different person as Linnea, the two personalities are like clashing.
Clashing now.
Yeah.
So one's got their conscience back.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
How did they not realize that was missing? There's a lot of people in that room.
Too ecstatic that it worked on the first guy. They weren't focusing.
Maybe.
I really do appreciate that though. Like Linnea/Kira was sitting there being like, "I'm only going to kill myself. Everyone else, like, stay out." I kind of really respect that because she's scared that she's going to hurt people.
Yeah. I love the symbolism here of Linnea stepping back into the shadows.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm so ready to kill her. The amount of times that this happens between Daniel and Jack is actually upsetting.
Yeah.
That's the fear.
In time.
Oh, this is a great moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
She has almost like crazed look in her eye at the end here. When it cuts back to her, if I remember. Yeah, that always creeped me out. I'm just like, my God.
So you think that if she was like quite important in the manufacture of this this cure. So like I struggle to think that they can trust her not to do the same thing when she's back home.
Yeah.
Like she's going to be motivated by the same thing, isn't she? She's going to be motivated to to get her memory back.
We don't know. Well, that's true. So, yeah.
I've always wondered
because now everyone
that.
else is getting their memory back.
Well, isn't it that they admit that like some of they say potentially a lie that some of the people didn't get their memories back, didn't work for everybody?
Is that the excuse?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
If not, that should be the excuse.
Yeah. Do you think maybe it's just the fact that the Vians just really are so desperate to rebuild that society that they're willing to take like a chance on her?
No, I think that these two just don't realize how evil Linnea actually is.
Yeah.
So they're really willing
kind of
to
mean,
just trust
like
her.
because they don't tell them who she is, do they?
I think they did, but I think they did behind the scenes.
In passing, but like
yeah.
Not like the actual extent of her crimes. Like they wanted them to be a little in the dark just to get Linnea off their hands.
I honestly think they told them because they said that like she doesn't remember everything and I feel like they have to tell her because this is SG-1. They would not do that. But I feel like they explained it, but these people are also extremely naive in accepting help. So they're very trusting.
Kira is just going to want to follow the same path to rediscover herself?
I want to know what made Linnea.
Well, that's the question: nature versus nurture. If she's surrounded by people who love her on this planet,
these
she
are
should.
Good people.
She should be okay.
Maybe,
maybe she was really like abused or something. Just terribly tragic.
People aren't evil just for the sake of being evil. No, we all have a story. So,
like even that look back at Daniel, she's just like. Feel like she's remembering or she's got like a feeling but like as a character I think that I just really find Linnea like really intriguing I think kind of in a way she's like the non-Goa'uld version of Niriti because they both have like an aptitude for science and an interest in genetics.
That's another woman I want to rule the universe with.
I think that Linnea is almost scarier because she kind of like weaseled her way into the hearts of SG-1 so easily.
Yep.
And she wasn't a host.
No.
She was the thing. Evil.
Like I know she's a destroyer of worlds, but you know what? I kind of don't care because I'm like, I actually like, I'm really like weirdly in love with her. Like I'm obsessed with her. You know, like
she's a great character. She's a
great character.
Skywalker, like he killed younglings and he went to the dark side, but I can still forgive him for anything. He's my boo. You know, but like, Linnea is like, I really don't know how to feel about her because we don't truly know the extent of everything that she did and why she did it. So you know. Yeah.
That's past and present. Thanks for joining us. Okay. All right, guys. Hi.
Wow.
We've had a lot of mixed feed. This is, you know what? This is a good episode because we all spent the entire time going, but wait, you know, but wait, because it's like we don't have the answers. I guess the answer is that she never came back, so all was well. And it's one of those rare times where like, you know, sending someone off or leaving them in a situation doesn't bite you in the bum, like, you know.
Yeah.
The reason that this captivates us is as much as the Curious Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It is the same kind of thing. It forces us to ask those questions about what it is that makes us who and what we are. And under which circumstances can we become the worst version of ourselves? And I think that it's important to not be afraid of exploring those darker tendencies, at least, you know, to I mean, that in a way that sounds horrible. Let's don't test the boundaries.
No. It's always good to just, it's what I always say about like the Jedi with the Force.
Yeah, I understand.
It's like there's always light versus dark, and it's like there's got to be a balance. You can't be purely good or purely evil because no one's pure anything.
Yeah, just about understanding your capabilities, I guess. And understanding how far you can be pushed, but maybe not necessarily executing those thoughts.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, what would you guys rate it?
What did we? Where's Anthony? What did I give prisoners? What did I give prisoners?
I think we were like around a 6 or something for prisoners.
I think a 4 or a 5. I think is probably what I gave it.
I kind of was thinking about this yesterday. I'm a 5
for this.
I'm a 5. Yes.
Okay.
I think with prisoners, I think we gave it a lower rating, but I think we upped it slightly only because of the fact that we know what the story is going to be. Like we can't look at this as a singular episode. We look at it as a story.
Yeah, but I don't want my rating of prisoners to impact my rating of past and present.
No. I'm saying my rating of this one, of my opinion on this one, definitely impacted my prisoners rating.
I see. Okay.
I think that this one is superior. I really love this one. I love it so much. I think I'm going to give it a 6, and that is like a rare. Okay. I know, David. I know. I think this one is a 6 from me. I love it so much. I love the question. I love twisted stories. I love the industrial era vibes of the planet. I think just everything about this episode is just firing on all cylinders, and the little love story with Warner and
the awkward love
the other one, the good one, not Daniel Monet. That was gross. Oh my god, no. Daniel, too soon.
I was going to say it's just a little bit too soon after
I think immediately a week later.
Episode.
I think they should have maybe waited
a little bit.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a bit icky.
I feel like it was just too recent.
I'm giving it a 4.
Whoa! Okay. No. That's fine. Sorry. Yes, that's acceptable. It's too low than
as opposed to a 5 or a 6, you mean?
I think maybe I'm being too generous.
Don't stop doing that.
Don't let his score impact your
script.
Score.
The twist is great. I think that I would have given it a higher rating if they had been more murky about it and revealing her true nature all in a one go nearer to the end. But they had to do something with the middle part of the episode. Otherwise, the middle would have just sagged. So the episode is about Linnea. And oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. So it is Linnea after all. There wasn't another like twist to button that one on to the end. And I think that had there been that, I would have given it a higher rating. But I give it a 4 because they've gone back into to the well of Stargate and pulled out a great villain. They gave her a great return in a fashion that was not expected, and it's just another great example of smaller episodes still being some of the best. So
this is what I mean. I think this is why I've given it 6. I think for me, like we're going to disagree and agree in different areas, but like I think. I hate bringing it back, but Brief Candle was one of those ones that was the exploration was really interesting. It was engaging. The twists, the understanding of it, the way they unraveled the story was really intriguing to me. And that's why it's got such a high rating. I think I gave it a 5 or something. This one is a 6 because to me, Stargate isn't always like I think on average, Stargate is good, bordering on great. And I think this is one of those rare episodes where they've utilized something they've had in the past instead of just forgetting about it. They've introduced like a new ideas. They've done, really good plot twist and and done it well. I think the writing is one of those, like, I think the writing is above what most episodes are, in terms of stuff. I'd say I'd say this episode for me is so much higher than other episodes because of just how smart it feels and just how different it is to the normal Stargate episodes.
I just think for me, in a sea of Goa'uld villains, this one sort of just stands out because it's not
exactly
and it's like I guess it's more relatable, but it's more scary because it is more relatable. Do you know what I mean?
It's got a whole mixed bag.
I think that's much more feels more real.
That's why I rated it so highly, because I can see that actually happening in my real life rather than a Goa'uld.
It's true.
And also seeing Daniel flirt really badly and trying to get back out there.
He's doing the best that he can.
And then it's been a while since he's been on the dating market.
But even then, it was awkward then. What happened with Sharae? Sharae was like, I'm to be your wife. He's like, excuse me? Or like with this situation, it's just like, we've just met and I'm having a rebound situation. It's pretty bad. His ex-girlfriend then gets got, and then Vala just tries to seduce him over and over and over again. And he keeps going, I don't know what to do about this. Like he rejects her, but in a panic. Like he sits there like being like, oh, she's actually really hot, but this is not okay. She doesn't treat me okay.
He's trying to weigh up the pros and cons.
I wish that this episode had come a little bit later in in Daniel's journey. Give a couple of episodes to breathe, for crying out loud. But
I absolutely love this episode. But yes, it should have waited.
The placement of the episode was a little of an interesting,
a bit tasteless on the writer's part, but that's okay.
All right.
I'm going for the ratings. Let me scroll up and see what's going on. We've got great acting, great episode. 6 out of 7 chevrons from Lewis Cox. Pac-Man D3 said, not the best episode, but solid 4 from me. Lockwater said, I like this episode. The Jason Gray Stanford was also great in one of episodes of Travelers. Jason Gray Stanford was in Travelers.
Okay. Not surprised.
I actually don't remember that. I need to rewatch Travelers.
Yeah. So then we have Raju saying, I rate past and present episode 5 out of 7 chevrons. Okay. Anthony said it's a 4 from me. G&D Arda said 4. Jacob said, pretty decent episode, feels a bit slow, but good writing, good acting, 4. Lockhart said, I think I'll give this a 6 chevrons. Would have given it a 7 if Janet had used her flashlight. Lockhart is going to be using this flashlight thing forever, and I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Oh, it's window of opportunity is going to have 45 chevrons.
That's going to tally up so much window of opportunity. That's what I was going to say. It's going to be brilliant. Matt Nolan's Conscience says 5.
Okay.
Jed Ted says 4. Urias Tosh said 5. June Diada said, I'd be higher if they waited a few more weeks to air it. Yeah, she gave it, June Diada gave it a 4.
Yeah.
Dan Ben said 3. He said he didn't really like this episode and he gave it a 3. I think that's still right.
Still
This episode wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. It's not a 1 or a 2, so I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Right?
Yeah, I'm like, that's very generous for somebody who doesn't like it very
halfway.
much. Yeah. Becca says 5. I enjoy it, but there are a few bits that stop it from being higher. Yeah, I see that. Homo Herbal said, I'd give 3.9 chevrons, but you may round 3.9, but you may round up to 4. Cool. He put a comma, so I was like, what are you trying to say?
Right.
And then so Jed had said, I remember Prisoners, but not sure if I saw Past and Present. Before this. Did. What?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, what? Okay. Homo Apple said Prisoners. Nicole gave a 4. Thank you for confirming. I thought I might have given it a 4 before. So hold 2 ratings up for Linnea.
If there's ever episodes that we watch and you've not seen the episode, let us know in the chat because
or at least if you don't remember seeing it, that's really fascinating.
Like, there were a lot of little details in this one that I just didn't remember.
It's not very often that we come across a brand new Stargate viewer, or not, for particular episodes. So it would be good to get the perspective of someone who's only just seen it as we're discussing it.
Yeah, don't watch it for the first time with us if you can avoid it, because we're gonna
stand all over it with
don't
do that. Yeah. Oh my god.
So
we're not like some sort of reaction site. We are hey, we've all seen this before. Let's some fun at it.
Academic analysis of this episode. We're telling you where all the holes in it are.
My old English teacher would be so proud.
The different takes where they've made like the shroud is covering the dial, the dialer, and things like that. So that's not the way to watch an episode for the first time.
No.
Jolinar's memories.
Yes, let's start that. I am.
We go from having no memories to having memories. The juxtaposition.
Oh my goodness!
All right.
Let me get my.
This is an episode I feel okay about.
Started.
Whoops.
It's a good episode. I like it.
Having memories. It took me a minute to register that, Yvie. That's funny.
Sorry.
No, it's funny. Okay. You guys all set?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's watch it. 5, 4, 3. Okay. This is the Wormhole Extremists watching Jolinar's Memories. I'm David Reed, and I'm with Yvie Cahill.
Hello.
And Nicole Rodriguez Galdo.
Hello.
Welcome to one of the best 2-parters, in my opinion, of the franchise.
I enjoy them also. I also like Jack calling Jacob dad.
Yep.
That's very cute. But it's not your father, but it is my tooth. And I was trying to come up with like a funny phrase, like how I would what I would call my tooth, kind of in the same sort of vein as like brother from another mother. But I only came up with paramour from another parasite, or lover from another lover, or
oh my god,
other by symbiote.
What was the last one?
Significant other by symbiote.
Oh, jeez.
Lord.
Just so you know, your dad's been sent to hell.
Yeah. It's nothing a child ever wants to hear.
No.
This is actually the first and only writing credit for Sonny Wareham and Daniel Starshower.
They didn't do part 2?
I don't believe so,
okay.
No.
Oh.
Interesting. Uh-oh.
Urias Tosh said, hello there. I'm a SoCar simp. Brilliant.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Okay.
Like a simp just means you're like just really obsessed with somebody that you know, it's like there's a term that goes around, like simps usually often used for like men who like grovel for women, like if a woman's really hot, you simp for a woman because she's so hot.
So news to me. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go through my like guest star notes. So Dion Johnston as Neonac, but he's only really the body of Neonac.
Okay.
It's his second Stargate appearance after Rules of Engagement. And he was sought He was sort of a stand-in for Peter Williams, who wasn't available for the entire shoot, which is kind of cool.
And we're also not using his voice until the end. So
no, exactly. His accent changes.
Do you think that's the reason that the plot twist was written the way it was?
Yeah, because otherwise half of us would notice. Peter has a very distinct Jamaican accent.
Brilliant.
Exactly. So, yeah, you do notice at the very end, obviously. And David Palfy as Sokar. So David also played Anubis's primary host in 8 episodes. I didn't realize this, but in real life, he's married to Erica Durant.
They
have 2
Krista
sons in season 8, and his sister-in-law Jenny is married to Christopher Judge's brother Jeff.
That's correct.
Who was in 5 episodes of Stargate.
He is. He's comes really in season 8 as well.
And Bynarr, I didn't realize that the actor had passed away. Rob Dawson played Bynarr. And he passed away a number of years ago, 2001. He was only 43. He was actually in radio for many years as a DJ, producer, and promotions manager. And he also played the voice of Santa Claus for many years and took calls from children at Christmas time.
Oh, Bynarr!
That's a sweet little Bynarr.
Oh my God. That just broke my heart. Wow, Bynarr.
I know. It kind of, when I read that and then watched the bits of this episode to time code my notes, I kind of had a different, I just saw him in a different light.
Yeah. I no longer dislike Bynarr as much.
I think I saw somewhere that this episode initially wasn't a 2-parter, but it was going to be so expensive to make, they sort of had to split it into 2 parts.
Yep.
And up until this point, this was the most expensive 2-parter since the pilot.
Really? I'm not surprised.
And as we've already discussed, Peter Williams' name is only revealed in the end credits to surprise the viewers. Apparently, he agreed to forego his usual on-screen credits during the opening sequence just to keep it a surprise.
Correct.
Is that why this 2-parter's a bit a bit weird in its pacing because of the fact that they decided to make it a 2-parter?
I'm not surprised. Yeah, you can.
Its pacing always felt really weird.
The memory device in the second part, you can feel that it's kind of okay. We're using this to extend it a little bit by exploring some of the memories of the team.
Yeah,
but without this episode, Gate World would not have been born. So,
oh my God,
the reveal at the end of this episode convinced Darren to go and put it online. It was called Stargate then, but he was blown away by that twist. He's like, okay, I got to make a website. And so we credit Peter Williams in that reveal for giving birth to Gate World.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Does he know that story? Does Peter Williams know that story?
He was told it at GateCon last year.
Oh, last year.
Yep.
I need to go back and watch that.
Yep, it's on Dial the Gate, that episode. Peter Williams. So
I was going to say, so the bits that they know about Sokar and NATO, do you think that they acquired that from Cora? You know, the Toker operative.
It's possible, yeah.
Switch.
Yeah. See, he already thinks that he's heading that way. That's a lot under the hood for Jack right there. That says a lot.
It's a pretty heavy line, really.
Yeah, I know.
Is this the last time in the next episode, technically? But is this the last time that we're going to get the real big Charlie stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be.
The only thing that really happens that's reflective of that again is in Unnatural Selection, when First goes into his mind and punishes him.
Yeah, but it doesn't take over such a huge amount of time. It's like a flash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we just missed it, but we just learnt the global transport vessel is called a Teltac.
Yep.
I think we first heard about them in Dead Man Switch, but they didn't have a name.
Yep. Yeah. Martouf was mentioning it at the table when that Jolinar was found in space.
Yes.
So, and there it is again.
I did not realize this episode was so expensive. They decided to make 2 parts just to make it worth it. That's actually massively shocking.
Was that Vorash?
Yes,
it was.
Yeah, I'm assuming
it was Vorash. Yeah,
because they don't have to flee again till the end of season 4, so it has to be Vorash.
Double check. Yeah, it's Vorash.
You see the way that Jack just pointed at that thing and Daniel touched it, where the destruct device was last time.
Yes, yeah.
Dead man switched. It's like a moment of panic looking at it. Brilliant.
Yeah, he gave it like a little poke.
Such mileage
we just
out of
learned
this set.
there that not all Teltacs have the stealth capability.
Yep. Leave it to Eris Bach to go big or go home.
Yeah, I love how Jack called it the base model. It's like we've seen it before, but it was just a base model, obviously.
That's one of the few examples where the Stargate design is really reflective in other Goa'uld tech, like the tops of those escape pods. That's clearly a chevron. And I think it may have taken funny Jack. I think they may have taken from one of the molds. It's awfully accurate.
Yeah. It is really cool looking at the way that the Gould's architecture is essentially like they're just robbed other civilizations of all their ideas and architecture and just slap their own together, because the Stargate obviously isn't Goa'uld, it's ancient.
What Teal'c's using, that Goa'uld steering column, I sold that at PropWorks in September of 2010.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to see how much it was.
I was too young to be able to throw money at that. I'm so sad I wasn't an adult during those periods.
Oh, poor you.
Cry.
Let's see how much it sold for.
I kind of appreciate that they don't do the flashbacks as a visual.
Yes.
Isn't it Marty
would have
doesn't want her to see
it would have been too clippy. Like,
yeah.
I don't think I would have enjoyed this episode as much.
Well,
I like
he's like,
they actually talk about
head.
it, and they actually say like, we've turned that bit of the technology off.
It's because Martouf is a cutie patootie. He's 10 out of 10.
I know. Well, he's just thinking of, Sam's well-being.
Of course.
You know what? Every person that Sam has like vibes with and like has some sort of romantic connection to, I like
there's the
love
face
them.
shaver.
Face shaver right there. They picked a girl who they did a pretty good job in casting her.
See, I actually don't think she looks anything like her.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
really.
I agree. The eyes, though. I think it's the eyes.
Yep.
Like, Amanda has really big blue eyes.
Blue
and I
eyes,
think that, yeah.
I love this scene.
This is good. This is great. It's because we don't really get to see Sam's background all that often. Like, she's kind of like this almost perfect woman at times.
Yep.
Because she's so wonderful and strong and smart and
like
beautiful,
well-adjusted seemingly. Yeah.
But being able to see that like the issues with her dad in like a better light.
I just like how they've really like beefed out her relationship with her father, but it's really good to see.
I love that shot. We finally get to see Jolinar.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, Jolinar in the form that Martouf was familiar with.
Yeah. What was her name? No. Is it Rosha?
Rosha, yeah.
Rosha. Yeah. Oh, this is so awkward for everyone else. Oh my God. I'm like cringing a little bit. Nah, let's not.
It's like a bit voyeuristic almost.
Oh, yeah. JR was great in these.
Agreed. I love him. I love Martouf.
Yeah, I bet they did. Oh my goodness. It's the looks that everyone else is like.
Just pretend that we're not in the room.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize this, but I was listening to an interview with Dion Johnston that a fan did in 2021. By the way, he called him Naonk. Like he called the character Naonk. And I was like, no, that's not right. Anyway, I didn't realize that Dion Johnston was in the same stage performance of Hamlet as Michael Shanks.
Wow.
Dion played Horatio. And a lot of the producers from Stargate came to see the show and they saw Dion in action for the first time. And that's how he ended up getting a few auditions for Stargate.
That's so
which
good.
is really cool.
I think that's really lovely.
Yeah. And I should have brought this up the other week, but I didn't realize until recently. But Dion got his first role in Rules of Engagements, which we watched last week. But before that, they obviously filmed Demons, and he was actually invited to watch the taping of the show. Because he was just a theatre actor at the time, just trying to get into the TV industry. So I thought that was kind of cool of them to let him do that.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually love this scene. I don't know why, but I love when I see actors who are being tortured, who to me are convincingly like doing pain.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, good job, great acting.
Yeah, she does a very good job.
That's the second time we've seen the cattle prod.
Yes.
First time in our reality.
I've got a really weird random thing. Yvie, do you want to go first with what you're trying to say?
No, I was literally going to say he's just about to turn the setting down. Why didn't he just start with the lowest setting and build it up?
Didn't realize
anyway,
she was
go on.
Hit with something so hard, but yeah.
I think when I was younger, I want to double check this, but the screaming that Jolinar does when she's being tortured, I think they used a different scream in the recap. Because I think I remember going from this and going straight to the recap for some reason and going, why is her screaming different?
Yeah,
for no
could have
reason?
been.
I might be wrong, but I'm going to double check it before we watch it next week and confirm. But I find it weird when editing does that, when they choose to make a different noise and different things. It's like,
yeah.
Why? It's the same situation. Why have you gone different? Or when they reuse weird sounds, when they reuse the weird things. Like Jack screaming in Broken Divide being reused in Line of Duty.
Yeah, yes.
Really weird.
Oh boy.
And it's gone.
Yep.
Yeah, she knows. She knows.
I'm working on it.
Time pressure.
Yo, calm down, my dude.
Calling him Mighty is so disrespectful.
I remember watching the scene when I was a kid and being like, oh my God. Yeah, like, yeah, protect your boo.
We're in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. It's dedication to your job right there.
Yep. They just have to find the
That's
office
a lot of
down
pressure.
there. Whoever's managing the place
pressure.
will have a way out. So.
Isn't it Bynar's necklace has like a pendant on it, and you put it in a hole in the wall?
It's like a little ruby jewel thing.
Yep. I love their scenes together. The quieter scenes with SG-1 are really great, and a lot of them took place aboard this cargo ship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this set, not
good
this
dialogue.
particular
They have
ship.
such good chemistry. Yeah, a lot of my favorite shots actually of them are when they're all cramped in these tiny little rooms in the cargo ship.
Yep.
Lost City has a lot of good ones.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, that's true too. And Enemies when they're all stuck together.
Yes.
Yeah.
The replicators come in and check them out.
Such a good scene.
Well, Adam really got that AI image of the planet just to a T, because it looked exactly like that. Right?
If anything, I think Adam's look better. You know?
But more crisp.
Yeah.
The image was a bit more crisp.
So that steering column went for $900.
Ooh,
I estimated it at $600 to $800, and it went for $900, and it still lit up. So it was one of the cooler props.
That is a very cool prop. So I had to look up what the word denizen meant because I wasn't sure. And for those who don't know, it means resident or citizen.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just a funnier way to say it.
Whenever I watch like a sci-fi thing, they always refer to the people living in a place as denizens, and I'm always just like, well, why?
They're prisoners. I meant, yeah, denizens is just a politer version of that, I guess.
They kind of hunker down. They don't exactly have residence that they go into.
Is this a computer mouse? I feel like it's a computer mouse.
It's similar, but yeah, it's not exactly.
Dan Ben said, "Goofs, when they arrive on Natu, SG-1 hasn't removed their Stargate command patches. Clearly,
I was going to bring that up. They wear them the
okay.
whole time that they're on the planet.
That is so stupid.
A little bit weird, yeah. But I mean, that said, Sam pretty much tells Bina who she is, like straight off the bat.
Hoping that she can.
So they're not really trying to hide.
No, not exactly.
Yeah.
So the exterior of the ship is not textured yet. By next season, it'll have a similar texture to that of like concrete or stone. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the escape pods.
Yep. There's each of them got a chevron on top.
The escape coffins.
Honestly. There's 5 of them, and there's only 4 pods. Who's going to have to spoon if they have to go 5 of them?
I didn't think of
Teal'c
that.
Stays behind.
Oh yeah, Teal'c stays behind. Yeah.
No. I'm saying like in general, like if they actually have to use them, like in the state of like emergency, who's gonna?
One of them's going to go down with the ship.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. Well, I was saying, maybe Sam and Jack can squeeze in there and get real close, and I'd love that. So.
If you look close, the textures on the front of these it's the same pod, so only one of them opened.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yep.
Very sneaky.
Oh, the music is really good. I'm really liking the music. Sorry, David. Music's great.
Enjoy it.
Like I'm getting like Children of the Gods like vibes. It's my ears are loving this. It's like a brain massage. I like orchestral music,
Teal'c.
It's really soothing.
Stand by.
Atmospheric interference.
Open sesame.
Did you know apparently it's actually just open sesame, but apparently people have just been saying it wrong for so long that it became sesame.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sesame.
Open sesame. But
whatever. Open sesame.
Yeah, but no one actually says that. Everyone says sesame, and it's like I just can't believe that over time. It's an interesting look into how language can change over time by,
imagine what it'd be like breathing the sulfur.
Oh, stinky. So stinky.
Well, I was going to say, like, the landscape actually reminds me of Australia, but there's no sulfur.
I was going to say, this is like England right now. So.
What a shot. That is so cool.
It is cool.
Not amazing CGI, but like
not bad.
It almost looks like a painting, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
I
like the point is they got it across.
But I think they may have used Halloween sound effects in this.
That makes sense.
That makes sense because like there's a lot of screaming and stuff like that. I was wondering if they actually had someone in a recording booth or if they did use
I suspect a lot of
some
it
audio
stock.
from somewhere else. Yeah, see, they're still wearing their patches. They're still wearing their SG-1
Honestly,
patches.
like incognito, guys.
Well, then they're supposed to be quote unquote undercover.
Ted said, "Is that true, Nicole?" You know what? So, like, I don't know. I've heard it now 3 or 4 times from 3 or 4 different people. So I'm like, yeah, just it's like Google it, double check. I have no idea. I'm just saying what I've heard through other sources.
Comes from the story of Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves.
Didn't know that. Doesn't he come out and say something about
I say that every summer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. England is like a wet heat to it. I really just,
Ew,
I'm
like humid.
It's called humidity.
Yeah.
Humidity
Jack
is the
earlier
worst.
said that
He said it's a dry heat.
Yeah, so it's like
I long for a dry heat because at least then
so
like,
do
you
I.
can use the air conditioner and it's fine.
That looked like a rear projection.
Yeah, it did.
Of the lava.
So this is another Wizard of Oz reference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Emerald City.
Awful.
Some of these shots are just stellar.
Yeah, I actually forget how horribly pretty everything is. Like, it looks good.
Oh boy.
Raj Luther said, I do say open sesame. But yeah, people say it fast. Yeah. So people say open sesame, but I think it's open sesame.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Oh god, the discovery of it is really grim.
Yeah, it's gross.
He did a good job making it like, having the wiping the sweat from the upper lip before going in, like making it seem even grosser.
Ew.
Like he's thirsty. We're here to see Binar.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hello, Apophis.
See, the voice changes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm guessing this is Dion Johnston's
Dion.
voice?
This would be Dion Johnston, yeah.
God, do you think like Apophis rolled up, saw these guys, and was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! They're back! I get to finally have them
my
back
question
for me."
was, I'll bring it up later.
Like he must be sitting here right now, being like, "Where is my boo? Where is Teal? I want to get my vengeance."
It didn't even slow him down.
No, it didn't.
No.
So I hope he didn't use that line as Santa Claus because that would have the kids quaking.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
I wonder how many of these are Jaffa and how many are humans. I guess the Jaffa are doing their Jaffa thing and the humans are all just denizens.
Yeah.
It's literally a pit.
I can hear sometimes when it's Dan Shay and not Richard Dean Anderson.
In the grunts?
Because he lets out a little grunt, and every time, like in fifth race, he has a very similar grunt sound when he's being thrown down the stairs as he had just now down the ramp. I don't know why I noticed the sounds a lot, but yeah, Dan Shay's grunts.
This does not look good.
No.
The Toker got the wrong intel?
They didn't search them very thoroughly or anything.
No. To be honest, with the way the guy tanked that shot, I guess they kind of just don't care. They're just like, whatever, What are they smoking down here? I mean, I guess sulfur. Maybe it's like doing something to their body. It makes them extra strong or something.
Sorry, buddy.
But like this whole story... Yeah, sorry, David.
Yeah, she tried to keep the truth from him. Didn't want to hurt his feelings.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, right? The Tok'ra are like basically spies, right? And we all know thanks to all the spy films we've seen, that at some point spies got to get down and dirty and do some nasty stuff. Because, sadly, when you're a woman, sex gets things done. So, you can use your body.
It's an advantage that a lot of men don't have in those circumstances.
That's what I'm saying,
Ah, I'm here, Dad.
Oh, Jacob.
Selmac's working on it.
Yeah.
That's always the answer to everything. Selmac's working on it. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Stands out as the only man wearing a dinner jacket in hell. He's wearing like some like glittery jacket. And that's some Gould Gatorade.
Blending in the Gould. Oh, I could do some Gatorade right now. Get those electrolytes.
Yeah, I guess it's like symbiote electrolytes.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's some kind of Tok'ra concoction.
Mm.
I went through like some dizzy spells when I was in Canada, and Yvie kept just being like, "Get those electrolytes." She kept getting me Gatorade, like
it was so
all these
hot.
bottles. Yeah, I nearly like passed out at one point, and I got really car sick as well. And she was like, "I'll get you all the Gatorade." She comes out with like 3 bottles at one point from the store, being like, "Here you go," looking after me.
Has he already been interrogated? Yeah. Is that what we're supposed to assume at this point?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's been
definitely been
bit.
tortured. I think. Okay. Yeah.
But like, you know, how long has he been here? And like, it took him a long time.
4 days, I think
Sam.
He said.
Yeah,
he only said 4 days.
I would be telling Sam within a day, being like, "Look, we've begun
that is a great shot. Look at that.
That is an awesome shot.
Yeah.
No wonder it was so expensive.
Here we go.
So can we just appreciate that Sokar's Jafar have this like red gear that they wear, and it comes back when we see Apophis again in season 4. During Serpent's Venom, he has the same like guards with the red panache.
That's correct, because he's taken their technology.
Exactly, he's taken their troops, he's taken their armor, he's taken everything.
Oh, he's the only one with red eyes.
So did Palfy like get his nails actually done for this with those like white like Into the Vampire style nails? Because like I'm into it.
They have a obviously they have like an off-world
manicurist.
Manicurist, yeah.
He goes to the beauty salon being like, "Oh my god, so today like I got Apophis and I have to bring him back to life a bunch, and oh my god."
Go on about Jolinar.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jolinar really like mugged me off, and like Bynarr is so sus. Like obviously something went down between them, and he's just not saying it. Unacceptable.
Oh jeez, that's funny.
I need my nails done to point even harder at Bynarr when he's messing up.
Yes.
That's great.
Oh, that's good stuff.
What a great...
Look at those nails!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's definitely got a manicurist on staff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
As they should. They're too fabulous.
Yes, the Tok'ra Council will get their information. Just enough with the council.
And what will they do with it?
Yeah.
Nothing.
They'll just sit in their holes.
Yeah.
And plot for hundreds of years. They'll just plot.
Yeah.
They're good at plotting.
Oh, yeah.
Lewis Cox said Evie's like the mum or older sister to Nicole. Oh god, don't say mum. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, don't remind me how close an age I am to her actual mum.
We went out to dinner for my mum's birthday when Yvie was in England because she was here the day of my mum's birthday.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, they're closer in age than me and Yvie are.
But we both look fabulous.
So. There you go. That's the key.
Exactly. And Yvie got ID'd and I didn't, so, you know.
This is true. Is Aldwin in the second part? He is, isn't he?
Is who?
Aldwin.
Who?
The Tok'ra? Aldwin?
Aldwin, yes.
I think it's Aldwin.
Yes.
He's in the second part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he the cute one?
Yes.
I guess.
Yes, I think he is the cute one.
Thank you, Yvie.
He's a soap opera star. I know that.
Oh, yeah, definitely the cute one I'm talking about then. Excellent, yep.
Oh.
Don't make Apophis kill you again, guys.
Right?
Like,
there are no knocks around here to undo the damage.
Oh, yeah.
So. Gotta try something. Sitting in this pit ain't gonna do any good. Just stay down there and rot. I love his outfit.
Yep.
The chainmail?
Yep. The spiky breast.
It looks very heavy and hot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like as
That's
in
so
like
fabulous.
Yeah. Sweaty hot.
The Natu set.
God, do they ever reuse this set later on?
No. Pieces of it.
I was going to say, because, like, what a budget.
I will show you the artwork for it next episode. It's downstairs.
Can you imagine him hitting his head right there?
Oh, yeah.
My God.
Like, all of his authority would have just gone right out the window.
They need some signs up around here. This is a huge health and safety hazards. There were no railings around the stairs in order to protect people from falling. Like, OMG.
What's this Valley Girl thing that's taken over?
I don't know. Something
I don't know. I'm finding it very
interesting. So too. Oh, he's got a sword. He's got swords. So they're permitted more than just a staff and a hand device.
I think there's just a lot of like really like bougie seeming ghouls who are just going around being all like, you know, in charge and fabulous. And I feel like I've just accidentally adopted what I think they would speak like if they grew up in America. So
they know that they are sensational.
So I have to say this, like they did a stellar job with that eye prosthetic because that yellow puff actually makes me queasy, and I've seen this episode like a bunch of times.
Oh yeah. It's face pus.
It's so gross.
He does play
I'd
this
at least want
awesome.
Like that pus somewhere else or where I can at least like conceal it. Right in the eye is unfortunate.
It's interesting. He can't detect a symbiote, but Apophis could detect that she had a symbiote as he was dying.
Maybe his senses aren't as finely tuned. He hasn't had millennia to
That's true too.
Work on his craft.
Or I mean, maybe the sign of the Naquita is less present now than it was a year ago.
I was gonna say maybe it's like
it's deteriorating.
Yeah, like the rate, it's deteriorating.
But please help us.
She used seduction.
Oh.
And then your ring platform.
Right. Rings. I saw them use rings.
Like, there's no other way she can escape other than the rings. And also, like, surely he woke up and saw that the gem was, like, in the thing and had been used on the rings. So, like, he should know how she escaped already.
Well, eye and ears.
Eye and ears.
Enjoys hearing about the suffering.
Yeah. While he's getting a manicure.
That's right. Well, there's.
Do you think Sekar's nails on it, like his toenails, look the same as his fingernails? Do you think he gets both done?
I don't. Probably.
I hope he wears flip flops or like sandals of some kind,
like Rod did,
and like has matching. Yeah.
He did a pretty good job in this.
Yeah. Oh, the teeth.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of hoping so.
Accidentally with your genitals, yes.
Oh, yeah?
But I'll settle on you.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the crystal right there.
Yep, she's having some.
And let's hope the revenge is just murder and nothing more unpleasant. So when did his eye thing happen? Like
after betrayal for this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was Sokar the one who ripped it?
Sokar, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sokar did that as punishment.
Yeah.
I love how she can see herself in the third person.
Yeah, I always thought about that, but I was like, not today.
Uh-oh.
No, look, straight up, right? Apophis gets like cheesed off with how SG-1's always like ruining everything, like the pesky meddling kids they are. But like, if he just let like Sam get killed, that would have been super beneficial for him, because like without Sam, they kind of toast a lot of the time.
So are we just supposed to infer that Apophis sees that his time has now come, now that SG-1 has decided to show up? He's now decided to take over Apophis's or Sokor's army? That's awfully convenient, don't you think?
I did not see the twist coming. I knew Apophis was alive because I watched this all out of order, but I was like, nah, it's not going to be him, and it was, and I was like, really shocked because it was so weird.
Oh boy, here we go.
Long live the new Lord of Natu. It's very silly that Apophis is just so petty that he wants to deal with SG-1 himself and give them to Sokar and all that and be like, look at what I have. And it's just like,
kind of proud that Apophis is able to be so patient. Like, he's probably waited a long time for this exact scenario.
He's an angry, vengeful now kind of man.
Exactly. So he's learning. He's developed. Maybe this time in hell has done him good. He's growing as a person.
See, that's what old gold need. Some time in hell.
Done some good for me. It's a good thing those energy beams are visible to the naked eye.
But that's very handy.
A lot of energy.
But it's cool that we're learning a little bit more about the transport rings.
Exactly.
So they can deliver a person at least from the surface of a moon to the planet it orbits. And they're kind of like a mini small wormhole between two fixed points, which is pretty cool. And the matter stream can be intercepted by a ship that is equipped with transport rings.
There you go.
Don't they reuse this shot that we're about to see of Teal'c like a lot of times throughout the show?
I don't know.
Which shot is that? One that's coming up?
I think you'll see the cargo ship like kind of swoop away, and I'll point it out when I see it.
Okay. Shot of Teal'c or shot of the cargo ship? Oh, it's quite possible. I mean, the hyperspace shots were used for years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Finally upgraded in Stargate universe.
I don't know why, but I have a weird memory that like they use a shot of Teal'c running in the cargo ship, and they use it again in, like really soon after, either in this episode or the next one. And it's just like, you've used the same shot twice, but reversed it or something.
Reuse, recycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teal'c's a little preoccupied right now.
I think it's that shot.
Should be like a message bank service.
That shot with the two gliders shooting it. I feel like they reuse it at some other points.
Interesting. The thing that frustrates me about the shots in these two episodes is that as after the camera turns, it halts immediately when it's facing a new direction in a shot. It doesn't like ease to softness when it's following these ships. It just suddenly turns and halts. And
I never liked the shot. I think that's why I always can see it when it came up again.
It's not as smooth, and it kind of gives way to the illusion.
Guess it's supposed to...
Because when it was doing that, when the camera was swooping, it looked good. But then when it held straight, I didn't like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can see here that they could have gotten out at the end of this episode right here. And
they could have, but... I'm assuming that Apophis stole the key. I can't actually remember the next episode.
Take all you need. All these guys do all day long is weightlift with big rocks. They got nothing else to go on.
Big they are.
There's nothing else going on in hell.
No, just 24-hour fitness in hell.
Might as well, keep.
Can they make like steroids out of the sulfur or something? Like,
probably.
They compete for like most ripped junkie.
They need like Linnea or something to make some steroids out of sulfur.
Yeah,
so the stars are just too clear. As soon as you got motion blur, and then the camera like halts. It doesn't like okay.
Sorry, I just like glanced at the chat. Did it do the exact same shot again, like I said they did?
It may have been a reverse.
That's what I think. I think it was a reverse version of the exact same shot. I'm gonna double check that in a minute.
He wants to be there. Yeah, see, this is definitely the voice has changed.
Yep.
Did you see this coming, David, when you watched it? when it originally aired?
Such a crazy twist.
It was a great twist. I think I probably watched it live the night that Darren watched it and created Gate World.
Wow.
Beautiful.
So is this sort of twist where Adam will shout out Snappadoo?
Snappadoo.
Like he doesn't see something coming. He just says Snappadoo.
Okay.
Love that.
Kneel before Neonak.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's him now. You can hear it.
Uh-huh. I'm back.
And he's still not dead.
No.
So his faceplate, do you think that the host's body like kind of suffered some decay from time when he died and was resuscitated by Sokar?
Or he was from tortured. He was tortured again and again. Yeah.
His face is all melted and gross.
Yep.
Okay, so I got some of this from Gate World.
What a twist.
The question is, was Apophis serving his enemy as part of his punishment, or
for sure.
did he kill the real Neonak and take his place as first prime? Or were Apophis and Sokar working together to capture Jacob and set a trap for SG-1? Because on Gate World, it theorized that Sokar and Apophis may have combined forces in the past to defeat Jolinar, and this was simply a form of retaliation.
I think that Sokar Apophis has been looking for opportunities to get into Sokar's good graces because Sokar
I'm assuming Sokar
him.
knows he's down there and just being a turd.
Absolutely.
and he's just doing his thing.
I'm just impressed with his patience.
Yeah,
just out of
Man
nowhere.
don't usually got patience. It's very surprising. It's very different.
Well,
but you know what? He's
System
learned.
Lords, they ain't got no patience.
Yeah. And now it's Apophis's turn to go to the nail salon and get his Gould garb back up to
Gould makeover.
snuff. Yeah.
See you next time for the conclusion. This was Jolinar's Memories.
Woo!
Okay.
I just went back to look at the shot, and by the way, it's exactly the same shot reflected.
It really is?
Checked.
It's
Yeah,
reversed?
Oh,
I think that's why I mentioned
They
it.
pulled the
I was like,
Battlestar
that thing
Galactica.
annoyed me.
The
Yeah.
classic Galactic episodes. It was
I
the
hate
same
when they
5 shots
did that.
again
It
and
was.
again and
Every time
again.
they would zoom in on the fleet,
Yeah.
being like, "Hey, here's the fleet." It's like, "Oh, here's the fleet
Yeah.
again." It's like, no,
Just appreciate it from a different angle.
dumb.
All right. What'd you guys think? How would you rate it?
You know what? I think
Okay, there we
I
go.
really focused on the American girl came out just as a way to survive the episode. To be honest,
oh my god.
like, oh my god, I love getting my nails done. Like, oh my god, I'm just so fabulous.
So Valley Girl, what would you rate this one? You know what? I'll start. I give it a 6.
What?
This is one of the biggest twists of the show. This
6.
This episode gave birth to Gate World.
I was gonna say it's the Gate World that's having such an influence.
It's having a big influence on it, but it's
I'm
only
not letting Gate World
because
influence
of
mine.
the quality of the art that
Yes.
they recognized that the show had a rich mythology at this stage that could fold back in on itself and continue to bring about a great deal of wonderful content. And this is the first big twist in the series, as far as I am concerned, based on the mythology that has already been established at this point. And proved to me, proved to Darren, proved to a lot of people that this is a show that's sticking around. So,
Okay. I was sort of leaning more towards a 5.
okay,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What? Carry on.
forgiven.
I'm shocked. Evie, please explain yourself.
Please continue to speak, Yvie.
Yeah.
I guess I did enjoy I do enjoy the return of quite a few of the actors. I like the return of Martouf. I like the return of Jacob. I love that Apophis has come back out of nowhere, even though I think kind of at this stage I was almost getting a little bit sick of him, but I liked the way it was revealed. Me
too, I'm also sick of him.
Because we just assumed he was dead and he's been gone for so long.
If it was the same note Apophis from the first season and a half, it wouldn't have worked for 5 years. It just wouldn't have worked. but he goes through his own journey.
He does, and I guess he's coming from a different place. Like he's coming from a more subservient place.
He's coming from hell.
Gives his character,
he's humbled a little.
Yeah, a little bit of a more interesting twist. I did really like that they left the reveal to like literally like the last 5 minutes of the show.
Yep.
They could have done that in the previous episode with Linnea, and it would have been a different result. But I think it's a great episode. It's not a perfect episode. And it's, it is like an incomplete story. So you kind of have to think of that as well. But yeah, I think a solid 5 from me.
Nicole?
I feel like such a D word.
You do, you boo.
D word.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm I don't like this episode. And
really?
I hate it. And I really don't. I like the next episode even less. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Please explain. This is news to me.
To me, I'm gonna try and focus on this one, but obviously the fallout of the next episode it ties into it. To me, the episode always just felt like it. Here's the thing: the pacing. It felt really slow and it dragged out quite a bit.
Okay,
and
that's perfectly fair.
Very early on, I think I was like, oh, obviously this is what happened. Like, why are you taking so long to get to the point? And then with the twist of Apophis, all it really did was essentially just extend the episode into another episode. As you said, you've cleared it up, David, in order to make it worth the amount of money it would cost to make it. I didn't know that before. I was always like, why the hell did they do this? This is a mistake. This is a one episode thing. I was like, this is awful. Get it. If it was one episode, I wouldn't dislike it as much because I'd be able to do everything and tie it up quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really pleased that this is how Gateworld came to be. I would have maybe preferred a better episode, in my opinion, to be the source of Gateworld. However, I'm happy that it happened and it exists. However, I'm not going to do my rating inclung that. I'm going to completely ignore
that has nothing to do with the episode. Yeah.
That's
because of the episode.
I think that this episode just the reuse shots in order to save money is like fine, but it's a bit like, oh, you shouldn't have just done the next shot then, like you'll maybe just, I don't know, it just felt a bit cheap and I get what they're doing and it just, it almost felt like it was kind of they reached too far for an episode that in my opinion wasn't worth the reach in expense. I feel like they could have saved way more money and made a smaller episode and done it all in one go. So to me, usually, right, this episode's a 2.
Okay.
However, I'm thinking, based on what I'm going to say about next week's episode, because I think that next week is also a 2. I think also some of the art and some of the little things that you said, David, about this episode, and just like some of the analysis that we made, I think I'm going to bump it up to just a high 2 and let it sit at a 3.
Okay.
And I think next week is definitely going to be a 2. But yeah, I'm
interested to see after you watch next week how you reflect on it after watching it with us. So,
I really
you raised very
very
good points. The pacing is weird. That is a very fair
stretch.
I never liked how long it felt unnecessarily. I love Stargate because when they make Stargate long, they tend to do it for a good reason. And this episode, I was like, okay, Apophis is back. He's always back. Like I don't care. Get him out of here. You could have done this differently. It's fine. Depth of the Grace of God was a great one that was nice and long. Torment of Tantalus was the perfect length. I would have loved it to be longer, but then that would have maybe ruined it. So
I think 2-part Torment of Tantalus wouldn't have, I think, served it.
Wouldn't have the same impact. Yeah, exactly. So I think that there are episodes that deserve to be 2-parters, and this one didn't, in my opinion, and it suffers from it, in my opinion. So
I mean, if they get into the room, the office with the rings, imagine them leaving and ending with that up as at the end of the episode. I mean, it would have just been the Stargate episode where they went and got Jacob. I mean that's all.
I mean, if they escaped and had Apophis arrive, but then they ringed out as Apophis revealed himself, or something like that, I would have been like, "Whoa, he's back!" And then I would have really liked the mystery around that, and seeing something else happen. Like maybe Tilt doesn't get them, and they end up in on Sokar's planet where he is, and they have to figure out another way of getting out in that situation. Like an extension of the heist, not just hey, now you're just stuck here and there's no momentum or movement in the story. It's just kind of sitting flat. Okay. So. That's me.
Yvie?
I feel so rude. No,
why
Yvie said hers, didn't she? I don't know.
Yvie, did you give your score? Yeah, you gave your score.
Yes, I did. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Which was it?
I was a 5.
You were a
You
5.
said 5,
That's
you said
right.
6,
5.
And
Yes.
I
5,
said
3. Okay.
3 because I'm being nice.
Okay. We want you to be you. All right.
I am being me,
Yes.
but I'm trying to take into account that, the ideas were there.
There we go.
So Pac-Man D3 said this episode is a 6 for me. Such a memorable episode. Okay. Anthony said it's a 5 from me. Gene Diardis has 3 chevrons. I'm tired of Apophis and would rather have gotten to know Sokar better. I agree. I love seeing Apophis. Every time he appears, I'm like, yay! But also but die! So do something different. So,
I think that was such a twist. Is that we were
it was a
thinking
good
that
twist.
he was going to be the next big bad for the next few years, and then oh my gosh, no! Jonathan
Nah,
Glassner
still
and
this
I
guy.
talked about that a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I think also just being an observer, not knowing the intricacies of the behind the scenes stuff and all this other knowledge means that I'm seeing it from a different point of view. It's weird.
Yeah.
Lewis Cox says 6 chevrons, almost a 7 for me. Whoa, it's a 6. Okay. Raj Luther says, I rate Jolinar's memories a 6 out of 7. Lockhart just said, so I like this episode a bit all over the place, but would give it a 6. The visual decent, rings, fight scenes, and the twist. Jed Ted says 6 chevrons. Dan Ben said 3. It's a little more exciting than the previous episode. Okay. Becca, oh my god, Becca, we've never been so different in our opinions here. Becca says my first 7, I think. I'm shook. I want to know what is the difference.
Keep reading.
Thinking. Yeah. I love this episode, the character development, the acting, the twist. I think it was the first episode that got me really excited about SG-1 and where it could go. Wow.
Okay.
I mean, overall, for
bit of
everybody,
nostalgia there.
It's interesting to see
good.
where people are hit emotionally with different things.
Yeah.
It's so much of it
your
comes
own
about
personal.
right.
own
When you
personal
see it in your life,
experiences.
exactly,
Yeah.
personal experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah, I read books and my friends go, that was a crap book. I'm like, but I thought it was beautiful. It's
Right.
like
It hit you at a time when you didn't.
Yeah. Mac Boland's conscience says 4. I like the plot twist. We can all agree with that. Jet Ted said, I love the reveal of Apophis and the Dark Vigils of the Hell Planet. Yes. Dan Ben said part 2 I would probably give a higher rating, but I actually like that episode. Okay.
The stuff with Teal'c and what's his face is funny. So he
Yes, I really
locks him
enjoy
in
that.
Hold. So
Jacob says the first half feels stretched, but eventually hits the fan to end in a great twist and good
We'll
cliffhanger.
see next
Solid
week,
There's a lot of
chevrons.
talking.
Yeah, and Anthony said, Becca, this is your first 7. Yeah, I think it is our first 7. And I think Dan Ben says that this episode I don't care about the memories or the love story. I'm a mixed bag on that. I somewhat care, but it's also like, I get it. Jolinar and Martu have history, blah blah blah. Becca says there are definitely things that could be improved, but there are in any episode. This is true.
That's true.
Jacob said, Apophis can't die. He's a god.
Gods cannot be killed.
Gods cannot be killed. And
My lord?
Roger said, imagine if Apophis and Sokar teamed up. What stories could we have seen? Yeah. But there are so many. You know what? I feel like Stargate a lot of the time, I think that's it for now, but Stargate a lot of the time can be kind of hit and miss with a lot of its episodes.
That's true.
And there are some times where and I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some sort of
Sage.
good writer or Noah of everything, right? But there are some episodes where I'm like, I mean, if you did this different, in this little way and just tweaked that, this could have been an episode, And I don't want to sit here. Yeah, I don't want to sit on my high horse, but you know what I will say? As a dedicated fan base and as fans, we tend to see Stargate from a different point of view. And I think that we all I think we all can watch Stargate, and I think we all have justified reasons to love or hate or dislike certain aspects and see the things that could be better that maybe the writers didn't catch, or maybe it was too late when they caught it, or something like that.
Yeah,
so, we're Monday morning
perspective on the outside, so
we're Monday morning quarterbacking here.
Yeah.
Several Monday mornings later.
It's already happened.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. So, again, I'm going to reiterate my point that I've said 1,000 times before, which is that I may not agree with your opinion. I'm going to sit here and get absolutely shocked by it, and I'm going to show my flummoxed opinion and facial expressions. However, I do respect your opinion, even if I don't agree with it, because I agree that your experience is your experience, Because as we all know, I love certain episodes, winky face. that other people really dislike, and that's just because it hit me at the right spot at the right time. Because
that's it. That's what it comes down to. It hit me
exactly
when it hit me. So.
But I think someone mentioned in the chat, which is a good point, that they thought that Sokar as well as Seth should have had a bit more screen time.
Yep.
And I agree. Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
so like
Seth was on
Apophis goes
time.
on for like 5 seasons, but we only get like 1 or 2 episodes of Sokar and Seth.
I would have loved to see like Seth through the ages, like properly. Like have him through the different eras of Earth and like with all the different getup and like have photos
just
of
crop
him
up like
all over. Yeah, just crop up everywhere. Like Good Omens. Like that one episode of Good Omens when they go through time. Yeah. Like in Continuum when they look at the Titanic picture and there's like a second Mitchell. You know, like I want to see random Seth just dipped in everywhere.
That would be cool. Yes.
It's just fun. So just play with it a bit, you know. I feel like they didn't have time to play or they didn't choose to play with certain people enough, and it makes me sad.
They have to make those decisions as best they can, you know, with the people that they've got. So
well, that's it. And
I feel bad
you
that I
know,
love a
certain
show
characters are gonna
so much, but I critique so much.
Certain characters are gonna sit differently with the audience, and I guess Peter Williams just has that really awesome energy.
Oh, I'm always happy to see Peter Williams. You know,
he's a great guy.
I just want Apophis to stay dead.
Well, don't tell him.
I remember having that thought when I first watched it through.
Comes back and it's fun. Yeah, like Mobius, or as he corrected me, like Mebius. Apparently, I have no idea which is which. I don't know who's going with what. Yeah, Peter Williams told me it's Mebius.
And Continuum.
And Continuum, when he gets his head sliced, I'm like, yeah, boy, there you are. Exactly, just off the top of your head, exactly. And that's what I mean, you know, like I love seeing them, and it's like if they stay dead but come back, it's fun. So it's true. Like in like the right way.
All right, so let me pull up the calendar for next week. Let's see here. Okay. So, The Devil You Know and Foothold will be covering Sunday, July the 16th
I love
at 1
Foothold.
p.m. Pacific time.
I love Foothold.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
So good.
Heather E. Ash was supposed to be tomorrow. We are rescheduling her, so keep an eye. And we'll have some more Dial the Gate episodes heading your way really soon, because this writer strike, everyone is kind of frozen in space and time, so we're trying to optimize for that situation and get some extra episodes. All the work done. Especially a lot of the post-production people, they've got nothing right now. So many of them have nothing. So, and a lot of them won't have anything through several months.
I feel bad that they have nothing, but the writer strikes are a necessary thing.
Well, I mean,
that's it.
To a degree.
For how long, you know? So, I mean, like, John Gadetsky said he may be out of work until December. So,
wow.
I feel bad for the people that are suffering, but like the higher ups need to start paying.
They need to
their
figure
staff
something
better.
out.
There needs to reach a compromise.
Yep, exactly. So, all right, gang. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening and watching.
See you next week. Thank you so much for joining in.
Hit that like button if you haven't yet. I know there's a couple of you in there who haven't, so we want to spread the show's wings as much as we can. Follow them on social. Yeah, the girls do a great job. So,
especially Yvie, she does most of the work at the moment. Thank you for your best.
We are the Wormhole Extremists, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.